It's not the case that America's never made deals to get our people back or our assets back. We do it all the time in the spy swap context. Where we don't typically do it is with terrorist groups or state sponsors of terrorism, and we don't typically do it in such a quid pro quo way. American law doesn't say we don't pay money for hostages, whether it's terrorist groups or the like. What American law says is you can't engage in material support to terrorist groups, and the law also says that you can't engage in transactions of a certain type with state sponsors of terror or people that are otherwise sanctioned. A lot of these things come together when you talk about Iran, because Iran is both a state sponsor of terrorism, it sponsors terrorist groups, and then there's all the myriad of sanction laws that apply to Iran that have not been wiped out, but which the administration is in part waiving as part of the nuclear deal. The administration has violated the spirit of long-standing American foreign policy, right? Which is we don't negotiate with these type of actors. To the extent we do, we don't trade money for prisoners. The $400 million payment that took place here, it's a first payment in the $1.7 billion that's ultimately going to be repatriated to Iran as part of this January 2016 deal that resolves the issues related to the $400 million account that was frozen in the United States plus interest after the 1979 Iranian Revolution. There's an argument that this is Iranian money being returned to Iran. It's money that was theirs prior to the 1979 Islamic Revolution. It's money they deserve to get back with interest. But of course, the reason why they hadn't got it back for all these years was because they kidnapped a bunch of Americans, held them hostage. We needed to recompense those hostages. And by the way, Iran has engaged in all sorts of other bad behavior since then. So there's a reason why that money has remained here and frozen in the United States. There are a lot of arguments you could make for the administration and their position on why this was a good deal and a deal that had to be made. And part of it can be, this is an important part about getting Iran to do the right thing. The way to get them to do the right thing is to bring them into the world community of nations, and regularizing the relationship between the United States and Iran. And that actually will achieve our longer-term foreign policy goals of having Iran become less of a bad actor in the region. It's not the first time that we've negotiated with Iran or other nations about important issues that are important to our national security. So it's not to say negotiations are improper. The problem here is the nature of these negotiations and what was done.